So I want some ideas to improve peppers. I thought the background should be a lot lighter than this. Then this would stand out more, and we'd see it in the foreground. But I still had, and I put this down, and then I thought, well, maybe it's a little too dark, but it's not a mistake because I can easily, once I start working with the colored pencils, I can start lightening everything up. But I decided to take a picture of this, then put it through ChatGPT and see if it could give me, show me some improvements. So here's the picture of this. And I said, improve this original painting of hot peppers hanging in an adobe dwelling by modifying the color palette and the contrast, etc., to make it eye-catching and more vibrant. So remember, the AI is working off of the artwork, not off of the original photo. So it doesn't know anything about the original photo. It's just improving this artwork. So then it created this here. Which definitely looks better than that, but I'm just wondering about all of this being the browns that it has. It added a shadow that's cast on the left side. So it has the appearance of being closer to that wall than I thought it might be, but it's not a bad thing. I was imagining this just floating somewhere between the viewer and the wall. It was right in the center. This is placing it further back. It did add oranges up here in the blue sky. So it's around fall, which I think it was when I took the picture, because the leaves were all brown and orange. Look, I asked it to let's see, give me a version with greater contrast and vibrancy. No, I'm sorry, give me 3 more different versions, and none of these were better than the first one. So like, I lost it here. Okay, so there's no way for me to make it bigger. It's just scrolling to the next one. So, but if it's possible for you to see that. So this has more blues in the background. This actually, it's added snow, like it's a snowy day. It has all these sunbeams back here, just too yellow, I think. So I wasn't pleased with those ideas, and that's when I said, give me a version with greater contrast and vibrancy. And it gave me this, and I kept going back to compare it with this, and it seems like it's the exact same thing. Except when I look at it, this is darker here than this here. So I guess it just changed the contrast, but it's pretty much just the exact same thing. So I'm gonna work off of this idea now. I've jumped off of the cliff from the photo, and I'm not worried about the photo so much anymore. When it comes to this, I might refer back to it because I'm not exactly sure where all the branches are with the way that I traced it out. Yeah, but most of the rest of it's going to be based on this. I just have questions about the color here. So that's a way to improve your artwork. I did this with Eagle's Peak. If you go back and watch that video, and it really changed the dynamics of that piece. I would have done it differently if it wouldn't have recommended the brighter greens and the brighter blues, and it did improve it. It was so much better. On the next video, I'm going to do the same thing with alien root system, which should be fascinating, because what's the AI going to say about this? That these are roots on an alien planet, and what might this be here coming down? But that's for another time.